Start off with your game, Trav. Chiefs 13, Chargers 12.
Woo-hoo! Blaine Gabbert.
The big question going into the game, obviously, was is Travis going to play? And is Trav going to get 1,000 yards to extend his 1,000 yards season?
I was never into this. It was, no. It never felt right to go out there chasing stats. I was kind of in and out of practice all week. For me to just jump in on game day and try and get 15, 16 yards, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Which is a lot harder than what you guys think it is. Even though I had 100 and something against the Chargers earlier that year, it's hard to do that twice against a team.
Yeah.
And, it was just it never felt right.
There, I think they would have been guarding you extra hard if you would have been out there. No question.
They got a lot of veteran football players that understand the game and understand why the fuck I'm in the game. Listen, it was more so. It had nothing to really do with my health. It had nothing to really do with whether or not I was going to get injured. It was more so it just didn't feel right, and in my gut, it just didn't feel like I should be playing the game that way. And if I could get some rest going into next week, stay off the turf out there in LA, and just avoid some hits, man. I was all for that to gear up for the playoffs here, man.
So what do you mean? You didn't feel like it was right to do it that way? You don't think it's right? You didn't think it was right to go out there and try and get a record?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't even the record. I don't give a shit about the record.
All right.
It was a record that I had broken 4 times already.
We've extended it 4 times or whatever, right?
Yeah, and it was it's cool to know that, but at the same time, I've never sat here and said, if I don't get 1,000 yards, my season was, a failure.
It's an arbitrary number.
I've always had it in my mind, if I win a Super Bowl, if I lose the Super Bowl, that's a failure.
That's a good point.
So I don't know. I've always just kind of had it in the back of my mind that that's how I work, and it just didn't feel right to try and go out there for 16 yards. Just thought I'd just bring the energy on the sideline, let my guys go out there and rock, and sure enough, they did, baby.
You're a better man than me. We had the playoffs clinched a few years ago, and I had a consecutive game streak going, and it is still going because I went out for one play and got my ass right off the field solely to extend that.
Yeah, you were extending in hopes to catch Bednarik, right? Or what's his name?
Bednarik?
Bednarik, yeah.
The guy who held the record was John Runyon. John Runyon is the...
Ooh, Big John, yeah. He's fired me a few times. Nice. The
sheriff of the NFL.
Yeah, that was a different... I've already broken this record.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And it didn't get me excited to just keep it going.
I'm more giving you a hard time. I think you made the right call. I'm just giving you a hard time.
I appreciate it.
It wasn't like you had $1 million relying on 15 yards.
It wasn't an easy decision. Everybody in the building had been coming up to me all week telling me they wanted it for me, and all the guys on the team were behind it. And it just, I don't know, every day I woke up, I just stared at the ceiling and like, man, this just doesn't feel right to go out here and try and chase this. Couldn't mutter it up, man.
If you had $1.25 million incentive, if you got 1,000 yards,
I'd have been out there drooling, sweating my ass off out there every single play.
Let's talk some more about that.
You couldn't take me off the field.